Hello, ladies. You're not seeing my face because I'm just simply using my iPhone and my darned tripod deal broke, and so you don't get to see my face. This is Rebecca Allen, and I live in Grove, Oklahoma. I have told Dawn that I would love to do some cooking videos, and so far I have not done that. So here we go. I use ghee in almost every one of my recipes when I'm cooking for myself. Um, so that's what I'm going to do today is show you how to make ghee. Ghee is nothing more than separating the solids from the liquids of your butter. From what I understand, when you remove the solids, that helps on the health factor. But there again, I think there's a lot of misconception on what are good and healthy fats. And well, that's debatable, but you know, this is how I do it in my house. So anyway, I have three options here that I found at my grocery store. The top left is from Sam's Club, and the one on the top right is simply from Walmart, and the Kerrygold I get at our Walmart also. All three of these options are healthy options, all from grass-fed, and the one on the top right is organic. It's the only one that says that, but also if you pay much attention to what's good and what's not, you'll realize that as sad as it is, the label organic is really not going to be as much of a friend to us as it used to be. Okay, so anyway, so what I'm going to tell you is that always, whatever you do, choose unsalted. It separates easier and much more clean, and yeah, that's what you need to do. And pay no attention to those cookies in the jar. Just because I don't eat them doesn't mean I don't provide stuff for my husband and my grandchildren. Okay, so here we go. I have already taken all 4 sticks of the butter and put into my stainless steel skillet and have this on a very low temperature. I'm going to turn it up a little bit while we're talking because what I want you to hear and see is that you'll find out how much water is actually in the butter we buy when you separate it like this. Years ago, the only time we ever separated butter was when we were going to eat shrimp or lobster or the such. But now we've learned that, you know, when you separate your butter, all of this here on the top, these are your solids, and this is what you're going to get rid of when you make ghee. The liquid part of it, it will stay soft, and I keep my temperature in my house conducive to where I can leave this on my counter if I want, but I am going to show you that if you put it in a jar and put a lid on it, it goes in the refrigerator, and honestly, it never gets hard. So, okay, if you can hear that, you see this bubbling, that's the water being boiled out of this. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, so we only do this long enough just until you vaguely smell a toasted odor. It's a yummy odor. It's not anything that's bad, but you'll know that when it's ready, it just barely turns a tinge darker, and then you smell just a toastedness of the butter. I don't know how else to say that. You don't want to let it get too dark. This is not like brown butter icing or brown butter recipes. It's just simply separating these solids, and if you let it go just a little bit, it's much easier to separate. Okay? And I use a wooden spoon. I do not buy expensive wooden spoons. I can tell you that in my house, I put them in the dishwasher. That way I know they're clean and don't have to worry about germs and all the such, okay? I would recommend that you use a stainless steel skillet. I have used my black iron skillet, but I can tell you that it's much easier to watch this butter when you can see the change compared to the black iron skillet, which is a little bit difficult. You can, you know, when you're a novice or you're to your first couple of times, you definitely want to use stainless steel. Whatever you do, do not use the non-stick surfaces. Those are, well, the second you find a scratch in it, it needs to be pitched because the non-stick surfaces are dangerous, and you can do your research on that. So, okay, not meaning to preach. Okay, so here we go. I'm thinking that this is pretty much ready. Smells good, smells really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot my skillet over here. And you'll see that I have a coffee filter, a permanent coffee filter with, it's a copper mesh. And then this is a funnel that a person would use for canning. And there's a pint canning jar. So I put that in there, and I put this little filter in there. And then I'm going to use my ladle. And I'm going to put this in here, and you can see that this is going to strain out all of those solids. See how this goes? So unsalted, grass-fed, preferably organic butter. You can do 1 pound at a time. You can do 2 pounds at a time. And this is what I use for good fats when I'm cooking. And considering the fact that I'm going to have multiple of these videos, I want to make sure you know that this is what I'm starting with. Okay? All right. As I finish straining this, I'm going to stop the video just so you can see what we've got going here. And yeah, so this is ghee, ladies. And if you have any questions, ask them below. And I'll get this dang tripod situation figured out and do it again. You get to see my face. All righty. Have a great day.